Hey, it's time for Football 101. It's Dave Wyman from Wyman and Bob. And typically, look, the Seahawks win. They win 20-10. A win's a win in the NFL. I think a lot of people thought that they should have maybe beat the Arizona Cardinals a little bit more easily than they did. But there were some things that popped up a little bit that were kind of interesting. And usually we keep it positive on Football 101, but we're going to take a look at a negative play here and just how, it's not just one guy that screws up. Typically, there's like 4 or 5 things that happen on a bad play. And we're going to look at the 1st and 25 Joshua Dobbs run for a touchdown here. So here we go with the formation here that they brought the tight end across the formation, and the Seahawks adjusted accordingly, and they're in a good spot. And he runs basically a read option keep. So let's take a look at the next slide here and just see how this play develops. So here's Joshua Dobbs with the ball in his hand. It was a fake to the running back there. And really, when you look at it, Darrell Taylor is really in good position right there. There's plenty of guys over here to take care of the run part of it. So for him, it's pretty fundamental that you're going to try to tackle the quarterback. That's kind of your responsibility right there. And we'll see, especially from the end zone, that he doesn't quite get his feet set. And really, we talk about baseball all the time and how, they talk about their footwork for shortstops and for third basemen and things like that. The footwork for a tackle is equally important, if not more. So, he somehow gets his feet tied up, and we'll see what the result is here. So here's the next slide, and this is Darrell Taylor right there, and we'll see from the end zone what happened to him. But there he is in chase right there. And this is Jordan Brooks. Now, I'm not going to count him on this one because he came from all the way over here. I think his responsibility was more the run. And the quarterback's, was definitely on Darrell Taylor. But, you see Jordan Brooks, he had a chance there to possibly make a tackle and just didn't quite sweep the guy's ankle. And so that's 2 guys now that, they ran through, even though I think Jordan Brooks, if he makes the tackle there, it's a bonus. Now here's maybe the worst one right here, and this is Reek Woolen. And Reek's struggling a little bit right now. I trust that this kid is going to come back and really start playing well. He had a really bad day, had a couple of penalties and things like that. The other thing that's just really shocking is to see Quandre Diggs miss a tackle. I mean, it's noteworthy. It's kind of like Tyler Lockett dropping a pass. You happen to notice that just because it never happens. So, but we'll see from the end zone that it didn't help the way that Reek Woolen tackled or tried to tackle Joshua Dobbs. It kind of knocked him off course, and that ended up screwing up Quandre Diggs. So here we go from the end zone shot. And again, you can see there's plenty of guys over here that can take care of the run if it's handed off here. And really, Darrell Taylor, where he is right here, is in good position as far as his location. But he actually falls down just because of his bad footwork. So what I would say about Darrell Taylor, his crime is that he fell down. And that has to do with your footwork, and it's not like he didn't get his assignment or anything like that. It's just a matter of his feet getting tangled up. And here you see the result of this, and this is Darrell Taylor right here, and he just got, I don't know if he stubbed his toe or something, but he just got in a bad position because really, and what you want to do when a player is going upfield, don't take this kind of a route. You got to go straight down the line of scrimmage, and I think he could have gotten that done because you get in trouble when you start getting in like a trail position, if you kind of bend this off. But I feel like if he would have come straight down the line of scrimmage, that would have been a tackle for either a 1-yard gain or no gain. And so this is you can see the aftermath here. There's Darrell Taylor trying to chase him down. Brooks, who really not his play, but almost got a chance to kind of what they call click the ankles. If you just kind of hit the guy's foot, sometimes it'll make him fall down. But here's what you cannot do in the NFL, and Reek Woolen knows this. You can't just lean into a tackle. You can't just throw your arm in there. You have to wrap up. So if he gets that wrapped up, I mean, maybe Quandre Diggs ends up getting like a penalty or something because I'm sure he would have just blown Dobbs up. But what happens is is that he knocks him inside. So that's what made Quandre miss. I think it just was bad timing where as soon as Reek Woolen, and he didn't really hit him that hard, but it was just enough to reroute him so that Diggs ends up missing the tackle. So anyway, look, the defense, I mean, they have played well the last couple of weeks. They gave up, I think, 249 yards the other day against Arizona, 214 yards against Cincinnati. And so, they were bleeding yardage early on in like the Detroit game especially. They put up over 400 yards on the Seahawks. And their total yardage numbers that given up are like number 12 now. So they're starting to get all of the extra stuff. I mean, this is one play, probably the worst play that they had on defense, and they're still able to hold them to just one touchdown and a field goal. But it was one of those where you think, if they'd have done everything really clean. Look at Devin Witherspoon. I mean, he has a sack, he has an interception, and actually the interception in the end zone would have negated this play because, but unfortunately there was some kind of a hit to the quarterback and weren't able to capitalize on that play. But yeah, there's lots of guys playing really well, but you got to remember, these guys are young. Reek Woolen only in his second year. I remember struggling for a stretch my second year, even though I felt a lot better coming back from my rookie year. And then, you got guys like Devin Witherspoon, Darrell Taylor's fairly green just because, he's just now starting to kind of learn how to play the run. So, but I think Jordan Brooks had just an amazing game. Bobby's playing solid. So this is something that's very atypical for this defense.